So you're thinking about buying some Wii games?
I'm thinking about buying some Wii games.
So today what we did was we tried to put together a beginner list of games that are all on a pretty good budget.
Well, we've mentioned it a couple times about the games, right?
Yeah.
So.
And we just wanted to get you started, really. If you're getting a Wii, you're fresh into it, and you want to get some good hours, whether it's for multiplayer or for solo, this would be where I would start.
So where I would start, I'm telling you guys about these games. You want to talk about Galaxy first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mario Galaxy, or Super Mario Galaxy. It is, at its core, a collectathon. So you're running around, you're collecting stars as Mario. So that sounds really basic, but if you've enjoyed Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, you know what to expect with Galaxy. It's a great game. It's a great single-player experience, and it's not your first game. If it's not, it's a staple game for your Wii.
Yeah, and kind of leads us into our next game. When you bought a Wii back in the day, it probably came with it. We're talking Wii Sports.
That's right.
Not a lot to it, but it is just playing a lot of different sports. It's good for multiplayer, good for single player.
Well, if you're playing in any kind of group, you can find something on here you'll enjoy.
Yeah, and it's like the type of game I'd consider a pick up and put down styled game, right? So you can pick it up, you can play it for hours if you want, but if you also just want something that will rotate really quick with a couple of friends over, throw some tennis on, some bowling, and you can have a bunch of people playing and switching it up real quick.
To get used to it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I think the next game, you have more experience with it than me.
Probably going to be Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I mean, if you played any of the other ones and you're not hardcore and you're just looking for some party fun, this is going to be a sweet game. I mean, if you're thinking about taking it to the competitive scene, not sure there's much competition with Brawl anymore, like there is with Melee or Ultimate. But
even if you haven't played the other ones, it's still a lot of fun.
You're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's got some fun adventure modes with it, and honestly, throw on lots of items and throw Pokeballs at each other. You're going to have a good time.
You're going to have good times. Yeah. So and then I think everybody needs to have a Mario Kart game for their Nintendo consoles, right? And we're talking about Mario Kart Wii. So,
the one thing I'll say about the Mario Kart Wii is on the back it shows that you can have those goofy looking wheels. And you know what? They
even showed it as part of the marketing material, like it's on the front.
Yeah, and you know what? When you've got those, when you're with all your boys or you got your friends over and you're all using those wheels, it seems goofy, but you'll just have a blast. So everyone on the wheel, all on the same playing field, you really will have a good time.
Like more so than just holding because you hold the Wiimote sideways, right?
Yeah, that's right. You're just holding it sideways, kind of tilting back and forth. But once you got that wheel going and everyone's kind of got that handicap, it's...
I actually don't have much experience with this one. Like, of course, I played so many Mario Kart games, right? But this is probably a lot of fun, too. I hear good things about it. So.
Yeah. And if you're into, like, the modding scene at all, they definitely do some mods so you can play online with tons of players. And surprisingly enough, there's still a pretty big community for it. So,
yeah, surprisingly, there's a huge speedrunning community for it as well.
Yeah,
that's another story.
Another video maybe.
So this is the
most expensive game on the list.
The more pricier. Our boy here will talk about the price of these in a minute, but our final is New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yeah,
it's got a red case. That's what makes it expensive.
Yeah, that's right. Twice the price because of the color. But you know what? This is going to be a great game. I mean, you'll get a lot of single player hours out of it, and you're just going to have just as much fun screwing around with anyone that wants to play with you.
Up to 4 players.
Yeah, and that was kind of like for the most part, other than Mario Galaxy, we really wanted to do more of the multiplayer things because we feel like anyone that's getting into a Wii today, a lot of people aren't getting into it to play by themselves. Yeah. They really want to play with a friend, with a partner, and that's why we picked these games.
Yeah. So to be clear, what he means is Super Mario Galaxy is the only single-player game we've chosen here because the Wii was so geared toward having a group of people to play. So they're all 4-player aside from Super Mario Galaxy, and even Galaxy has like pseudo multiplayer in it. So
yeah, don't buy it for the multiplayer, buy it for the Mario.
Okay, so all solid choices, but kind of what are we looking at for pricing here?
Yeah, I mean
in Canadian dollars, of course.
Talking Canadian, you can get any of these games, excluding New Super Mario Bros. For $15 to $20 a piece, which if you're looking back, you're like, oh, that sounds like a lot. Well, I mean, when you get into the collecting scene or the reselling scene, that's actually really affordable price for a third Or
for the first-party game.
Yeah,
like,
for a first-party game. And
like any collector will have these in his collection.
that's right. And then even new Super Mario Bros, we're talking like $30, 25 to $30. So it's really not even that far out of it. And for $100, you should be able to pick up pretty much all 5 of these.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too far off the mark with those. So we haven't asked you to do this yet, but I think it'd be a good idea for you to like and subscribe.
Yeah, it helps out the channel, and if you like what we do, we want to keep doing it.
Exactly.